All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us this morning here on Wealthy, Healthy, Happy People. It is our show that we are doing that's dedicated towards serving our people, serving our network, and helping as many people as possible to success. And so today we are on day number 15 of the Mindset Makeover. And so we're going to be talking about hope and faith. For those that don't know what the Mindset Makeover Challenge is, we've been reading Earl Nightingale's Strangest Secret. Earl Nightingale, Strange Secret. Rereading that or listening to that, it's an audio. You can find it on YouTube. You can go to wealthyhealthyhappy.net, get the link there as well. You listen to that. It's a 30-minute audio. Listen to it every day. And it's a challenge. It's a 30-day challenge. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys what the challenge is. We've been on this thing for 15 days. Maybe you're just going to be getting started, but that's okay. By the way, my name is ERGJ. I am a success coach, and I'm also a certified financial educator. So I actually, basically what I do is I go around and I teach kids about money. And I also help people to refine their ideas from a personal perspective and also from a business perspective. We got a co-host here who's trying to connect, Mr. Beedles. Hopefully he's able to get in this time and let you guys know a little bit about himself. He is a business professional, a certified financial planner. And he'll be joining us hopefully soon. He's trying to connect, and we're here on Blab. So the 30-day Mindset Makeover Challenge, basically every day for the next 30 days, you want to actually answer this question. What is it that you want? What do you want? What is that thing that you really want? What is your goal? What is the thing that you want to create, be, do, or become? That's very important that you lock in and get clarity around what it is that you want. Once you decide what you want, then with knowing what you want for the next 30 days, you want to be positively focused towards accomplishing what you want, making progress towards what you want. Maybe what you want is, you feel like it's a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. Well, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, right? So every day you want to, yeah, that's fine. We'll get somebody to jump in. Every day you want to focus in and have some positive energy going towards that which it is you want. So that what we found in when we started this back in October is that a lot of people knew what they want. They could determine what they want. They could define what they want. But we had some issues with getting through every day on a positive note, right? And so the challenge is like, hey, if you should fall a little short, you want to start it over, because what you want to do is you want to get 30 days. You want to create this new habit, and hopefully you guys are creating new habits. As a matter of fact, on Monday coming up, we are going to do a recap. So this Monday coming up, part of our group, we meet Monday nights. We're actually going to be having a recap on the 30-day Mindset Makeover Challenge. We want to see how people are doing. We've got people that are accountability partners and things like that. So we're going to catch up with you guys on Monday and see how everything is going and really just kind of reconnect, come back as we move into December, because we want to go into New Year's on a New Year's revolution instead of create New Year's resolutions. We want to have a revolution. We want to have the ball already rolling into 2016. So that's why we are here. So our Wealthy, Healthy, Happy show. Hey, Mr. Larson, thanks so much. We're going to get you in just a second. I'll open up the seats in about 10 minutes. Thanks so much for joining, though. So the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy show, what we did, we created this show as a way of connecting, helping to get our day started on the right track. We're here in the United States on the East Coast, so it's 7 a.m. here this morning. Some of you guys are from everywhere, and so we're on Blab. Now, tell you a little bit about Blab. You can get into a seat and you can connect with people. You can tell all of your Twitter friends that you're here, and if you do that, then all of your people that follow you on Twitter, maybe they will connect. So you can hit that little button and let them know that you're here. And then you can also tell your friends and let your Facebook family know that you are here, and maybe they want to connect. I had quite a few people that connect just from me telling them a little bit about it. Now, why do you want to do that? Well, you may end up hopping into a seat, or maybe some of your friends or some of your connections may hear something today that's going to inspire them and get them going on the right track. That's going to turn their week around. That's going to help their Friday get going on the right thing. Because what we're talking about today is hope and faith. Hope and faith. And so Mr. Beedles is still trying to connect. If there's anyone that wants to jump into a seat, that's fine. You can do that. I'll open up the seats right now so we can have a little bit of dialogue going on. So we've got 3 extra seats that are open. I'll open up 2 of them. Mr. Beedles is still trying to connect, our co-host, but if there's anyone that wants to hop into a seat and have this conversation about hope and faith. And so let's get this conversation going. Hope and faith. Why did we choose this? This is part of the 9 daily disciplines. We started, I forget what the other 4 was we started with, but we're on Hope and Faith today, and I had to pull that up in just a second from the wealthyhealthyhappy.net. It is actually a website, and it is our network that we're connecting and we're growing into the biggest network of people of like minds that are coming together to make a difference. We're supporting one another, building relationships and things like that. So the 9 daily disciplines is one of the blogs that's there on the wealthyhealthyhappy.net, and we're on the day where we talk about hope and faith, and this is very, very critical, very, very critical. Something that we need to be reminded of daily. Number one, with hope. There we go.
Oh, we are on now, baby.
Hey, what's going on, man? How are you? Good morning, Sierra.
What's going
Mr.
on?
Beedles.
What's happening? What's happening, man?
Hey, all right, man. I'm glad you're here, brother.
I had to switch my whole situation up, man. I went from upstairs to downstairs, downstairs to upstairs. Oh man, I got some stuff. I got some stuff. Oh.
Well, Mr. Beedles, I know. Hey, you know what? You got to keep that. Hey, you did a good thing there, man. You just kept trying. You kept trying. You kept trying. You didn't give up. I'm gonna get on this show. I don't know what we're gonna get on. The determined soul. Hey, that's what's going on. So go ahead, introduce yourself, Mr. Beedles. I'm trying to help these people out.
What's going on, wealthy, healthy, happy people? My name is Mr. Beedles. I am your certified financial planner and small business developer as well. And just super excited about being a part of this growing community where the wealthyhealthyhappy.net is the number one marketplace for growing people. So we'll have a few links. We got to drop. So we'll have a few links that will be available to you. So as we go through this morning on this particular presentation, Mr. ERG already has those down there at the bottom. You can click in. I would encourage you to take a look at the homepage. If you're just getting here, you have an opportunity to go back and take a look at some of the replays, and then we have a fully functional blog as well, where you can get some of the notes from today.
Fantastic. So today we are talking about hope and faith. Now, again, guys, you can share with your Twitter followers and share with your Facebook friends that you're here today. And this network is growing. This show is growing. Every day we get new people and a lot of people here today. So, man, Mr. Beedles, we are on the hope and faith. And I've got some things to share. I know you got some things to share. And I know the people that are here have some things to share as it relates to hope and faith. So I think we want to break this thing down. They go hand in hand. But let's start by talking about hope. Let's start by talking about hope. And I think you got a great definition for hope as part of the 9 daily disciplines. Tell us a little bit about hope, why we need it, what it is, and your definition of it, and how it's helped you.
All right, fantastic. So, all right, because all my notes are on my computer upstairs, I'm going to freestyle this part of it until you get started, and then I'm gonna run upstairs, get my notes, and come back down. But but hope is the promise of something that you've seen in the future. And as I was reading through some of my favorite scriptures, that really resonated with me. And then I took it and I interpreted it into my own words. But it is but hope is that it's that beacon of light, right? It's your ability to stay focused in the middle of a storm when you really need it most. You know what I mean? It's easy to have hope. It's easy to be faithful to a thing when everything is going right. Right? Everybody can do that. But it's when you're tried. It's when it's looking real dark and bleak outside, and hope allows you to remember that, hey man, there's a bigger purpose. There's a reason why we're waking up every morning at 5 o'clock. There's a reason why you're going to school and you're studying for your midterms. There's a reason why you're working double overtime every day for 30 days because you have a goal in mind. There's a reason for it, and it's the hope. It's something that you've seen that's bigger than the moment. Again, it's something that you've seen that's bigger than the moment that you're in right now. So hope is going to pull you through the storm. It's going to pull you over the obstacle. It's going to push you under the wall. It's going to make you crash through those barriers, man. And this show, man, is truly giving me a whole lot of hope.
All right, Ms. B, I'm gonna let you go run and take your notes because you just gave me some spark. So here's the deal, guys. Good morning, Life Coach SJ. So I want to give some shout outs real quick, and I'm gonna start talking about hope a little bit. Fancy Dog Wings, you were here first. Thanks so much for joining. Rika Darn-B, hey, how are you? Kier Harness, student of digital world, SEO, digital marketing, and all Chrome. Thanks so much for joining. Renata McPhail, Sierra can cook. Mr. Jenkins, thank you so much, Kenny, for joining. Donnie Tuttle, thanks so much for joining. You're here. You love Jesus, your wife, your 8 kids. Meatloaf sandwich. I love meatloaf as well. And Life Coach SJ, thanks so much for joining. Personal life influencer, teacher, lover of all things great. It takes you off your autopilot, off course to your greater self. And Miss Tanya Carter, thanks so much for joining. And so this hope thing, man, the promise. And so here's the question, guys. Here's the question. What is it that you hope for? Now, of course, there's probably a lot of things that you hope for, right? But as it relates to this 30-day mindset makeover challenge, this thing that we are doing, creating, or being, this thing that you're going after, you got to have hope, right? You got to have that is your promise of your future self, right? That's the promise of your future being. That's the promise of what you are going to become. So my question is, what is it that you hope for? What is it that you hope for? And so if you're here today, you can type that into the chat below, and then obviously there'll be a time for you to kind of come on and jump in a hot seat with us. We've got 2 open seats that are available. What is it that you hope for? Man, see, Mr. Beedles said hope is that thing that's going to actually pull you to your future. And so in order for you to get to your future, you got to be focused on your future, and you got to recognize that that promise is there. It's a promise. It's a tangible thing that's intangible, right? You can't touch it. You can't smell it. But you definitely can see it. You can see it with your subconscious mind. You can see it with your soul. You can see it with all things that are within you, even though it's not without just yet. And it's what you see on the inside that you bring to the outside. Let me repeat that again. It's what you see on the inside that you bring to the outside. So what is it that you see? What is it that you see? What is it that you hope? I don't see nobody typing right now, Mr. Beers. They listen and they getting all this good energy. What is it that you see? What is it that you see? What is it that you hope for? And of course, you can take this a lot of different ways in your life. You can take this to all different aspects of your life. You can see what you hope for your children. You can see what you hope, for different parts of your life. But as it relates to this 30-day challenge, a physically and financially fit woman, fantastic. What's your hope for that? Now you're probably already there, but you're gonna be even greater physically and financially fit. I hear that, Miss Renata McPhail. What is it that you hope for? Because that is the promise, guys. That's where it all begins. It begins in what you hope for. You can only be greater when you hope for greater, right? You can only be greater and become greater when you hope for greater. See, I believe that hope itself is your oxygen. Hope itself is your oxygen. If you've ever been around people who hope for nothing, who have no hope, they're almost lifeless. They're almost zombie-like. When you have no hope, and we live in a world where it's trying to crush your hope for greatness, crush your hope for a better life, crush your hope for a better self, crush your hope for a better world. That's the world that we live in. Those are the images that we get, that there is no hope. But there are times when we come around messages of hope. There are times when we come around books of hope. There are times when we come around influences of hope that give us hope to believe and the promise of whatever it is that we see for ourselves. And whatever it is that you see for yourself, it's on the inside. And so I'm going to let Mr. Toto come in. We got another open seat available. So what is it that you hope for? Mr. Toto, thanks so much for joining. I think you'll be coming in just a second. Thanks so much for joining the hot seat this morning.
Hey, guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm listening to you, and first time on Blab, by the way. I've listened to this first participation point.
Nice.
Excuse me. I guess my thought is like what hope is not. I think at least culturally where I'm from Florida here in the South, and you hear people say, well, I hope, and it's kind of like a last resort of something that they're wishing could kind of happen, and they're not. It's not a definite thing, but what I hear you saying, Evan, is in Mr. Beedles, something that I agree with is, the hope is something that's more of a definite, you're sure of. For me, it's, obviously I'm a businessman, so I believe that, I'm going to succeed. I know I'm going to hit obstacles going throughout, but those obstacles don't deter me because I know my ultimate end is because of the one who created me, the one who is between every little point of my DNA. He's created me to succeed.
That's good. That's good.
I'm believing that ultimately I win, and that's in business. That's with my family. We have 8 children. That's with everything that I'm doing now. I'm going to come against obstacles, and I think that that's the point where a lot of us maybe fade away or maybe peter out a little bit because we have obstacles, and it's like, oh God, I was believing you for this, and I was believing you for that. I guess it didn't work out the way that that it's supposed to. So, and then we get deflated in our hope, and I don't think that's it at all. I mean, we're going to come against stress, and we're going to come up against things that are difficult. But I mean, you guys look like you're in shape. You don't ever gain. You don't make any gains unless the muscle fibers get torn, right?
Right.
Press for strength, and so anyway, you guys are encouraging me this morning, and I just thought I'd pop on and share a little bit.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Well, Donnie, man, we really, really appreciate you joining, and you're absolutely right, man. I think we a lot of times we hit these bumps in the road, we hit these walls, and we forget why we're in the race in the first place. And I truly believe that, again, like I was saying in the beginning, is that hope is this beacon of light for you. And we're on this sea, and you're in this boat, and we're traveling, and we're headed towards a destination. And you have to always remember, man, when it gets dark out there, you gotta look to the tower. There's a light tower out there, and if you just stay focused on that light, you know that you're not lost. Right, you're not lost, and so you just put those coordinates in, man. You stay focused, you stay on your path, and you get to where you need to be.
We got another. Open up that seat for Mr. Life Coach.
Oh, I got him.
I'm tuning out, guys. I'm delivering my wife.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
All right, what's going on?
What's up?
I love it. Early in the morning. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is a good way to start. I think I was on Mr. Beedles' Blab at one point. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
When we talked. Yeah, you got to have, in order for you to have the hope, you gotta believe in a purpose, or you got to believe in a definite purpose that you are aiming for. Okay, you have to believe it strongly, like life or death, right? You got to believe that, because once you hope is a state of mind. Hope is something that is not like instant rice. Okay, it's not like minute rice. It's something that you have to cultivate. Okay, but you got to believe in what it is that you're doing. How are you setting yourself up for 2016? What is your definite purpose? What is your mission? And how strong do you believe in that mission? Because as you believe in that mission, then what are you doing? You're putting an anchor in that sand, and it's going to hold strong because it's going to be occupied with faith on that boat. It's going to be occupied with will on that boat. So you're going to have some other things that's going to follow with you. But once again, you have to be as definite as far as what is your life purpose? What are you here? What is your impact? What are you what are you what is your end result? What do you want to leave in this world? Do you want to leave a legacy, or do you want to be a liability?
That's good stuff.
Mr. Estee, you just said a great thing, and I want to follow up on that. So I want to ask this question to everyone that's here, to everyone that'll be watching. Do you know your definite major purpose? Do you know your definite major purpose, your DMP? And there's two critical things to this. Your DMP first you need to know, and then you need to know your MAP, right? So that's MAP, right? So DMP is your definite major purpose. I know you know, Ms. Renata, and I hopefully I'm getting yeses from everybody. If there's anyone that's saying, hey, I don't know my definite major purpose, and we need to talk, because if you're just kind of going through life right now, not actually having an aim for what it is that you are becoming, then we really need to talk. And that's why we got the link up for the Future by Design, because we can actually help you tap into your definite major purpose and give you some clarity for your life. And so if you're a person that's saying, no, I don't know, and maybe you don't want to put no, then make sure that you reach out to us. We got a free consultation for you to get you started and get you onto the place where you know your definite major purpose and you can start going towards that thing. Well, how do you go towards that thing? With a MAP, right? MAP stands for Massive Action Plan. MAP stands for Massive Action Plan. And see, once you have a map, a roadmap, you got a massive action plan, you can start putting a lot of your energy, instead of it going all over the place because you don't know your definite major purpose, you can start funneling that energy into your massive action plan that is geared towards your definite major purpose. And so that definite major purpose, it comes from your hope of who you are to become. It's that thing that's far out from where we are right now. Like you said, that beacon of light that you see, but you are going towards. And so what is that beacon of light? I'm asking this question to you guys because I really want you to answer. And if you don't answer, if you can't answer, if you don't have an answer for it, then I really want you to reach out to us so we can help you find this answer, because we really need to know this. Every day that you wake up, if you don't know your definite major purpose, if you don't know why you're waking up, you don't know why you're going to work, you don't know why you're doing the things that you're doing right now, then it could be a lot of wasted energy. And we only have so much time. And wasted energy means that we're wasting time. And if we're wasting time, we don't know how much of that we got. We can't get that back. So we might as well use it wisely. Go ahead, Mr. Life Coach.
Yeah. There's specific key things that would tell you what, I deal with that with my clients as well, actually sitting them down and actually finding out what their definite major purpose is, because a lot of people just don't know. See, they're getting it confused with goals. They're flooding themselves with so many goals, right? And then as they're flooding themselves with goals, they are missing their major purpose themselves, their reason for living. See, a goal is something for you to achieve, but what is the goal? A goal is for you to grow. So when you get to that goal and you're finished it and you got it, and you maintain and you got it, right? Then what's next, right? Then you go to the next goal. That's not a major purpose. That's not why you're here. Those are just things that you can achieve, right? So some people flood themselves with so many goals and then they forget about themselves at one point of why they're here.
You're absolutely right.
So a goal and a life purpose is two different things. A life purpose is, what is it that brings you the greatest joy? What is it that you wake up and you say, I gotta do this? What is it that you are going to defend more than the air that you breathe? It's something totally different than a goal. Okay,
yeah,
I think people get that confused.
It's the difference between it's the difference between running for the it's the difference between running for the car or the house and the picket fence, and the purpose, the life purpose, which is outside of, is greater than who you are, right? So you can get the car, you can get the house, okay, but then what's next? The house is going to depreciate, the car will lose value, you'll get tired of it, and then you'll be on to the next thing. The movement that becomes your purpose is you understanding that there is something that's inside of you that you have to share with the world, and you have to understand what that is. What that product or service is that is going to make the world a better place. That's what that's where you start doing this. That's where you start digging down deep and saying, well, what am I really good at? You know, what have I always loved to do? And how can I package that and then be able to share my message, be able to share my story with the people that I'm connected to? And some people that you're connected to, there's some people who have people that they're connected to, and it might be 1,000 people. You might have a story for 100 people, and then there are others that have a story for millions of people. Right? And we think about those people. You know, you got the Martin Luther Kings, you got the Marcus Garveys, you have the Steve Jobs, you got the Bill Gates. Again, the connection in your story is different, but the important thing is that you understand what that purpose is and how you can package that so that you can then deliver it to the world. That becomes your definite major purpose, and that's what you have to find. So if you have not defined what that is, this is the platform where you have an opportunity to figure that thing out. And if you think that you're on the path, sometimes just a second pair of eyes might be very, very helpful in helping you to get a little bit closer to where you need to be. And again, that's what we're here for. We are, we're an accountability team.
Absolutely, guys. So what we're talking about here, we're talking about hope. Obviously, we didn't get to faith. We're going to have to get to faith on Monday. We're just thinking on hope, man. What is that beacon of light for you guys? We really want to help you to connect to that, to find that, to see that. Because here's the deal, guys. As he said, there's a difference between your goals and your definite major purpose. Goals are steps along the way, right? Goals are things that you can cross off. Goals are those little achievements along the way. But your definite major purpose, who you are to become, you never arrive there, right? It's always a journey because you can always get better. So once you do become, like she said, so one of the things Ms. Renata said, to be physically fit and financially fit, right? Well, that never stops, right? Because you're always going to be trying to get in better condition. You're always going to, because once you start to work out, you don't just stop working out. Be like, oh, okay, I'm physically fit now. Because what happens, right? You start to get out of shape. Yeah. What happens when you have saved up that $10,000? You feel like you're in a financially secure position, right? You want to grow it more, right? So that you can do more, you can be more. So the things that you want to become, that thing, that definite major purpose, that life purpose for your life, to become, to do, to create, whatever it is, it doesn't stop. Like if I wanted to create, like for me, I want to create a school, right? Well, when I create this school, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm like, okay, I'm done. No, I'm going to create the second school, right? Or I'm going to grow it to a university or something like that, whatever that is, right? But that's just the first stop, that first position that along that train ride. That's that first stop, but the train gonna keep going. So, right. But what we're trying to do, we're trying to help you to connect with at least that first stop for you, to either to do, to create, or to become. And so if you are a person, you're saying, hey, I don't know what that is for me. I'm still trying to figure that out. I've been living in this world for 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years, and I've never had that conversation with myself, nor with someone else to find out what is my definite major purpose. What is this thing that I'm looking to attain? Where do I need to put my energy to become my best self? Nice. I want you to reach out to us. I've got a link up at the top. It's called Future by Design. First consultation is free. It's going to give you an opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation so that we can help you to stop spinning your wheels and get to a direct line of sight. And then also we'll put in a link for the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy.net network, the website that you can connect with us and kind of read the blogs and follow along with this movement, because this is what we're doing, guys. We're going to keep on going because we see the impact that we're making. See, most people are not going to put out this positive energy. They're going to focus on all this other stuff, man. But we want to focus on building people. Building people up.
But you focus on growth.
Right. Yeah, this is a good platform. You guys are doing it in the morning. I love it. It's like before I even have my bowl of cereal, right? But it's so good to have that in the morning. I do mine at night. Like living your purpose is at night, okay? But it's just we need those things to be able to get us right. When I tell people, I say, listen, look at your hand, right? Look at your palm, right? You are never, ever going to be duplicated. Your fingerprints are you. So why did God make you in the form that he did What are you privileged to impact to everybody? Because you're never going to be duplicated. Your fingerprints are yours. So what is it that you were put on earth to do? What is your calling?
Yeah.
Right? What is your calling? And then when you realize your calling, you become so free because you didn't realize that you were in a prison all that time, right? So that's very impactful. You have to know that you are never going to be duplicated unless you're a twin, but which you're not. Right?
They got different fingerprints.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's very important. That's why finding your major purpose takes time. You sit down, meditate, listen to that inner voice. You have to be able to, and it'll let you know. The universe will let you know what it is that you're here for. But you gotta take time for yourself to realize and focus and find what your major purpose is. It's not the goal. It's not the car. It's not the house. It's not money. It's not losing weight. Those are just achievements that you want to do. Why are you here?
Fantastic, and I'm glad that you said that, man. And we'll kind of end it here. And I know Miss Bees, you got a few things to say, but here's what I found in my journey of helping. All right, thanks so much, Coach. Here's what I found. As we continue to coach people and continue to help people to find this thing, to actualize this self-actualization through this process of Future by Design, any other process. I created Future by Design to get to this purpose. I found this. I was like, wow, this is awesome. This is what really helped me. And so I've seen that it's helped other people. Is most people, I would say, and I don't know whether you agree or disagree with this, Mr. Beedles, but most people, I would say, they actually they've come across their definite major purpose multiple times in their life. They just haven't listened to themselves.
I was right in line with that right there, man. Because at this point, I think that you're absolutely right, man. I think we have run across our definite major purpose a few times, and what keeps us from actually taking the next step is, one, we're not being honest with ourselves. Two, we are probably scared to death of what that definite major purpose is. And three, life gets in the way. And so the responsibilities of making sure that you got a roof over your head, making sure that you can pay the bills, making sure that the kids got activities that they can go to, and all of this stuff takes money. And so when you think sometimes about your definite major purpose, you can't see the paycheck, and so it pushes you out of purpose, and then you just become a responsible adult that has all of this stuff on the inside of them that you never give to the world, because again, you're thinking about the dollar. So this is what I would encourage you to do. I would encourage you to go back to your definite major purpose and start really evaluating how you can package what you do, because your purpose is supposed to allow you to live life the way that you want to live it. But it is going to take a few intangibles that the universe is requiring of you. And one of those is faith. And faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11:1, for those that, like a scripture every now and then. But it is your substance. It is what is going to move mountains. And I had a few captions for you all today that I wanted to share, and it just didn't come up, but I know what that was. So Monday I'll have those. I'm not even gonna give it power, but I know what that was.
So here's what we need to do, guys. For those that are here, and we're obviously moving into the weekend, won't be back until Monday. And say you're an individual who has not tapped into your definite major purpose yet. I really encourage you to take some time this weekend, because here's what Mr. Beedles said. He said sometimes there are distractions in life that keep you from seeing what's really on the inside. And so I would encourage you just to get away, man, for 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, sometime this weekend. You can make time, whether it's you're going to get up early or you're going to stay up late. Whatever it is, you can find the time, hopefully, for yourself. Right? An hour, 30 minutes, an hour, just to get with yourself for just a little bit and really find out, man, what are those things that used to make me move without me thinking about it? What are the things that inspire me? What are the things that motivate me? What are the things that I love to do? What are the things that I hate? Right? And find out your definite major purpose, man, because even though it may not be paying you right now, it may not be putting food on the table, it may not be keeping the house over your head, what it does, though, it gives you something to work towards. It gives you a meaning to why you're doing what you're doing right now until you can do what you want to do. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do. And you can't do what you want to do till you know what you want to do. Otherwise, you're just going to keep doing what you have to do. So even if you're in that place where you're like, hey, I'm at this job or I'm doing this and this and this, and it's not necessarily giving me fulfillment, it's taking care of my responsibilities, but it's not putting any joy in my heart. Well, we need to find out what it is that we want to do, what it is that we want to become, and then we can actually start working towards getting there. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to quit your job tomorrow. Doesn't necessarily mean that whatever the case may be, but whatever the case may be. But what it does mean is that we can start putting in to our massive action plan some steps to start getting us towards where we want to be, who we want to become, what it is that we want to create. We can't. The first step is realizing what it is. That is the first step. That is the very first step of this 30-day mindset makeover challenge, what it is. And I keep harping on that because some of us are just glossing over it as if it's a minute detail. No, it is the most important detail, knowing what it is that you want.
That's right. And we are a little bit over time, but again, just to kind of piggyback on that, the reason why we're saying what it is, the reason why you have to know what it is because you have to know where you are. And so if you look at this world map, in order for you to put your coordinates in the GPS, what is the first thing that it asks you for? First thing that it asks you for is your location, right? Your present location. Where are you right now? In order for you to go to whatever that destination is, you have to know where you are right now. So let's define what that is. Let's define your longitude and latitude in life so that we can then say, okay, well, where is it that you want to go? Where do you want to, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? What you want to have? But you have to have these coordinates first. So again, the homework assignment for the weekend is take an honest look at where you are right now and write some things down, and then be fearless on Monday morning. Jump in the hot seat and let's talk about some of those things as we jump into faith, second part of our conversation on Monday.
Yeah, so we will be back on Monday, 7 a.m., bright and early, ready to rock and roll, 7 a.m. Eastern, because I know we got people all over the world. And we're going to be talking about faith. Hope was, is in combination with faith, is going to help push us forward. So we talked about hope today. We're going to talk about faith on Monday. So we expect for you guys to be back, to share your stories, to come back and do what we do. And so we are here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. on the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. We're currently in our 30-day mindset makeover challenge, day number 15 today. It is Friday, TGIF. I know you guys are ready to get out and rock and roll and accomplish those things that you want to accomplish and become who it is that you want to become. And we just get this day started just by connecting with you guys, connecting through the network, wealthyhealthyhappy.net. And we are just bringing like-minded people to bring some positive energy into the world, into our mornings, and into our week, man. So this is ERGJ, your success coach and certified financial educator. And we got Mr. Beedles.
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, I just wanted to give a few quick shout outs right quick, man, for the people that joined that. I see the icons at the top. So Fancy Dog Wings, shout out to you. We have Ralph. Thank you for joining today. We also have Raz Rising Capital. Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate it. Stefan Blom, what's happening? We also have Nicola. What up? The fantastic recruiter. We have the life coach. Shout out to the life coach for joining today. We got Kenny J. He is always on the show. We got Miss Renata, the PhD, and we have Kier Harness. What's happening, man? Thank you for joining the other night, and thank you for being on this show. This is Mr. Beedles, man. We are Wealthy, Healthy, Happy. I am your neighborhood financial planner, small business developer. And look, if this show has been a blessing to you, man, make sure that you tell your people to be here on Monday. Wealthyhealthyhappy.net is where they need to go. We'll have the links up and available. And we just want to grow this show, man, encourage more people. And thank you all for being a part of this movement.
All right, guys, that is our time today. We are wealthy, we are healthy, we are happy, and we are out.